Germans, Romans, Southern Illinois high schoolers, lend me your ears. My name is Olivia Manning, and this is High Q, the show where knowledge rules. Today we have contestants from Carbondale and Cisne. Representing Carbondale, we have Aiden, Jonas, Ryan, and Nathan. And representing Cisne, we have Macy, Ella, Joshua, and Mickey. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the rules, I'll explain them briefly. I have in my hand a series of toss-up questions, which I ask broadly to the room. Either team can answer for the chance to win 10 points. The team that gets that first question correct then moves on to a bonus round where they and only they can answer for 20 bonus points, or the other team can swoop in for 10 bonus points. There will also be audio questions, media questions, math questions, lightning rounds, but we will cross all of those bridges when we get to them. One final rule before we go on to toss-up questions is our dreaded interruption rule. If I am reading any question at all and you interrupt me to give an answer, if you're correct, everything's fine, you get your points, and we move on with our day. If you are wrong, you and your team are unable to answer the question, 5 points are given to the other team, and the other team gets the chance to answer that question. So, if you interrupt me, make sure you're right, and we'll have no problems whatsoever. Does all of that make sense? Are we ready to high Q? Gonna need an affirmative answer.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. First toss-up question. What country, whose plain of jars contains clusters of ancient stone jars, is a landlocked Southeast Asian country governed from Vientiane? Aiden.
Laos.
Laos is correct. Your bonus question, Carbondale. The Daisy ad criticized the hawkish views of what Arizona Republican who lost the 1964 presidential election to Lyndon Johnson?
Do you remember? Bailey Goldwater.
Bailey Goldwater?
Barry Goldwater is correct. Our second toss-up question. What woodwind, whose name comes from the Latin for remember, is played by covering up some of its 8 tone holes? Ryan.
Clarinet.
Clarinet is incorrect. Cisne, I will repeat the question. What woodwind, whose name comes from the Latin for remember, is played by covering up some of its 8 tone holes and is often made of cheap plastic? Ella.
Recorder.
Recorder is correct. A fan of 5th graders worldwide. Your bonus question, Cisne. What man was the highest paid federal employee until he stepped down as chief medical advisor to the president in December 2022?
Fauci.
Fauci is correct. Our next toss-up. What materials, some of which contain sodium hypochlorite, are often used to remove the natural color of fabric, whiten paper, or lighten hair color? Mickey.
Bleach.
Bleach is correct. Your bonus question. The English word careful is used as a mnemonic for a pronunciation rule in what foreign language?
Spanish.
Spanish is incorrect, Carbondale. Your chance to steal.
Just try it.
French.
French is correct. The consonants in careful, C, R, F, and L, are generally pronounced at the ends of words in French, while the other consonants are generally silent. Who would have known? You, apparently. Our next toss-up. What holiday, which Anna Jarvis successfully lobbied for and then opposed? Ella.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is incorrect. Carbondale, I will repeat the question. What holiday, which Anna Jarvis successfully lobbied for and then opposed because of its commercialization, takes place on the second Sunday in May? Ryan.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is correct. Your bonus question, Carbondale. What character is stabbed while hiding behind an arras, or tapestry, to eavesdrop on Hamlet?
Cordelia.
Cordelia is incorrect. Cisne, your chance to steal.
Polonius.
Polonius is correct. Nice steal, Cisne. Our next toss-up. What island country, which was home to Nobel Prize-winning author Halldor Laxness and is home to the singer Björk, is governed from Reykjavik? Aiden.
Iceland.
Iceland is correct. Your bonus question, Carbondale. An equation developed by Konstantin Tsiolkovsky is named for describing the motion of what vehicles in terms of their exhaust velocity?
Rocket.
Rocket is correct. Our first media question of the game, please turn your attention towards the humble television. This character is known as the first Black Disney Ella.
Princess Tiana.
Princess Tiana is correct. There are no bonus questions for media questions because I don't control the TV. Our next toss-up. What ion, which is depleted in patients with hypokalemia, is exchanged for sodium ions by a namesake pump? Ryan?
Potassium.
Potassium is correct. Your bonus question. Utrecht is a city in what country which contains many polders, areas of land reclaimed from the sea?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands is correct. What colony, founded in 1732 to resettle worthy poor people from England by James Oglethorpe? Ryan?
Georgia.
Georgia is correct. Your bonus question. What European country committed the Herero genocide in present-day Namibia and was stripped of colonies in present-day Tanzania after World War I?
Germany.
Germany is correct.
You can just say it.
Our next toss-up. What teacher of Frederick Edwin Church painted a view from Mount Holyoke, known as the Oxbow, and is Ryan?
Cole.
Cole is correct. Your bonus question. What denomination operates reading rooms where people can study, was founded by Mary Baker Eddy, and emphasizes spiritual healing over using doctors?
Wait, it's like Christian Science.
Christian Science.
Christian Science is correct. What author wrote about two sisters who sent empty coaches to their father's funeral in Le Père Goriot, part of his novel sequence, The Human Comedy? Ryan?
Balzac.
Balzac is correct. Your bonus question, Carbondale, is a math question, so pencil and paper ready. What integer is equal to 200 cubed, given that the answer is equal to the product of 2 cubed times 100 cubed?
8 million.
8 million is correct. What man, who returned to power after Raoul Salan's coup in Algiers, destroyed the Fourth Republic, earlier led free French Aden?
Charles de Gaulle.
Charles de Gaulle is correct. Your bonus question. The title of J.D. Salinger's story Raise High the Roof Beam, Carpenters, is from a poem by what ancient Greek woman who lived on the island of Lesbos?
Sappho.
Sappho is correct. Our first audio question of the game. This one's not going to come from the TV, it's going to come from the speakers around you. This NBC sitcom aired from 1990 to 1996, following the adventures of Will Smith. Joshua.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is correct. No bonuses for audio either. It's just what comes out of the speakers. Our next toss-up. 8 sets of 4 hexadecimal digits are the V6 standard of what addresses, whose V4 versions include 127.0.0.1, which identify devices on a network? Ryan.
IP address.
IP address is correct. Your bonus question. What Roman politician whose rediscovered letters helped spark the Renaissance crushed the Catiline conspiracy and was considered a great orator?
Cicero.
Cicero is correct. What country, which contains most of the Grand Erg Occidental, contains the coastal city of Oran and is situated between Aden?
Algeria.
Algeria is correct. Your bonus question. What 4-letter term indicates the nebulous envelope of gas and dust surrounding the nucleus of a comet?
Its tail.
That is incorrect. Cisne, your chance to steal?
Head.
That is incorrect. We were looking for the coma. The coma of a comet. What film, whose protagonist tries out for the Firehawks hockey team, is a sequel about Ryan?
Inside Out 2.
Inside Out 2 is correct. Your bonus question, Carbondale. Teoscar Hernandez won the 2024 iteration of what showcase for power hitters, which is held the night before Major League Baseball's All-Star game? Apologies.
The Home Run Derby.
Home Run Derby is correct. What number, which for all x equals sine squared of x plus cosine squared of Ryan?
1.
1 is correct. Your bonus question. In 1973, what trade organization's embargo against Israel's allies caused a 4-fold rise in the price of oil and kicked off the 1970s energy crisis?
Yeah, it's OPEC, right?
OPEC.
OPEC is correct. What building, which is the source of 3 fragments returned by the Vatican in 2023 and many of the Elgin marbles?
The
Ryan.
Parthenon.
The Parthenon is correct. Your bonus question, a rural Florida boy named Jody Baxter adopts an orphaned fawn as a pet in what 1938 children's novel by Marjorie Kinnan Rawlins?
Where the red fern grows.
That is incorrect. Cisne, your chance to steal.
Bambi.
Bambi is incorrect. We were looking for the yearling. Our media question, the television as always. This show is a spin-off of Adventure Time and is based around the characters that Ice King created in his mind. They go on adventures like their gender-bent version, as well as show the expansion universe they have yet to explore. Name this show. Macy.
Fiona and Cake.
Fiona and Cake is correct. Again, no bonus questions. What character who I'm going to start that one over. What character who recalls his ex-fiancée Belle and a party given by Mr. Fezziwig is the miserly protagonist of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol? Ryan.
Scrooge.
Scrooge is correct. Your bonus question. What handsome youth, a lover of both Aphrodite and Persephone, died after being gored by a boar while hunting?
Palace.
Palace is incorrect. Cisne, your chance to steal.
No answer.
All right, we were looking for Adonis. Our next round is the lightning round. Spooky. It's not really that scary, it's just a lot faster. In my hand, I have 4 topics, within which are 10 questions that a team gets to answer in 60 seconds. Cisne, you get the option of all 4 topics to choose from. They are as follows: scientific sixes, historians, state universities, and presidential names.
Historians.
All right. Name the authors of these books of history. Your 60 seconds begins in 3, 2, 1. The history of the decline and fall of the Roman Empire.
Pass.
The Histories, written in Greek around 440 BC.
Pass.
A history of the English-speaking peoples. He was British PM during World War II.
Pass.
Pass.
A people's history of the United States.
Glencoe.
Incorrect. The 18th Brumaire of Louis Napoleon. He also wrote Das Kapital.
Karl Marx.
Correct. Commentaries on the Gallic War.
Pass.
The Age of Louis XIV. He also wrote Candide.
Pass.
Ab Urbe Condita, A History of Rome.
Pass.
Team of Rivals.
Pass.
History of the Peloponnesian War.
Pass.
The History of the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. We are out of time. Edward Gibbon wrote the History of the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. Herodotus wrote the Histories. Winston Churchill wrote A History of the English-Speaking Peoples. Howard Zinn wrote A People's History of the United States. Julius Caesar wrote commentaries on the Gallic War. Voltaire wrote The Age of Louis XIV and Candide. Livy wrote Ab Urbe Condita. Doris Kearns Goodwin wrote Team of Rivals. And Thucydides wrote History of the Peloponnesian War. Carbondale, your options once again are as follows: scientific sixes, presidential names, state universities.
State universities.
All right. Name the state whose flagship university is in these cities. Your 60 seconds begins in 3, 2, 1. Baton Rouge,
Louisiana.
Berkeley,
California.
Chapel Hill,
North Carolina.
Gainesville,
Florida.
Ann Arbor,
Michigan.
Knoxville,
Tennessee.
Laramie,
Pass.
Lexington,
Oh, okay. Kentucky.
Stores,
Pass.
Vermilion,
Pass.
Laramie,
Ohio.
incorrect, Stores,
North Dakota.
Incorrect. Vermilion.
Idaho.
Incorrect. That is all questions I have. Laramie is the city where University of Wyoming is. Storrs is the University of Connecticut, and Vermilion is the University of South Dakota.
I guess North Dakota.
Our lightning rounds do not last forever, unfortunately. They only last, well, about 2 minutes. Our next toss-up is as follows. What monarch issued the Declaration of Indulgence to spare Catholics from punishment before being overthrown by William and Mary's Glorious Revolution? Ryan.
Edward.
That is incorrect. Cisne? Macy.
Howard.
Howard is incorrect. We were looking for James II. No bonus on that one. Our next toss-up is a math question. Pencil and paper ready. How many students would be left without a group if a 45-person class was asked to form groups of 6 for a project? Ryan.
3.
3 is correct. Your bonus question, Carbondale, is not a math question, so you can put that pencil and paper down if you'd like. What novel, which won a Pulitzer Prize in 1947, tells the story of populist Governor Willie Stark, who was inspired by Huey Long?
All the King's Men.
All the King's Men is correct. What poem, which describes a husky and brawling place that is a hog butcher for the world? Ryan.
Chicago.
Chicago is correct. Your bonus question. The choral anthem, Worthy is the Lamb, concludes what 1741 oratorio that also includes the Hallelujah Chorus?
Messiah.
Messiah is correct. Our next toss-up. What city, whose Forest Park hosted the 1904 World's Fair, is home to a... Mickey.
St. Louis.
St. Louis is correct. Your bonus question, Cisne, is a math question. Pencil and paper ready. If the average height of 3 boys is 66 inches, how tall would a 4th boy have to be to raise the average to 68 inches?
"72 inches."
That is incorrect. Carbondale?
74 inches.
74 inches is correct. Our next toss-up. What TV show that popularized the phrase "no soup for you" was a 1990s sitcom that centered on Elaine, George, Kramer, and a comedian named Ryan?
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld is correct. Your bonus question, Carbondale. A 7-note E minor guitar riff opens the song Seven Nation Army by what former rock band? A duo composed of a man and his ex-wife.
The White Stripes.
Say it.
The White Stripes.
The White Stripes is correct. In what state, where George Helmy was appointed to fill a Senate seat in 2024, is Andy Kim running to replace convicted incumbent Bob Menendez? Aiden.
New Jersey.
New Jersey is correct. Your bonus question, Carbondale. In 2023, a fossil was discovered that included the intact last meal of one of what extinct class of arthropods, whose bodies had 3 segments?
Oh, wait, it's like and one of them. It's like. Do you remember
We're out of time, Carbondale. Cisne, your chance to steal.
No answer.
All right, we were looking for trilobites. Our next toss-up. What man whose 1903 voyage navigated the ship Yoya through the Northwest Passage was a Norwegian who led the first expedition to the South Pole? Ryan.
Amundsen.
Amundsen is correct. Your bonus question. What devices that minimize friction between moving parts of a machine have roller and ball types?
Bearing.
Bearing.
Bearings is correct. What quantity, which equals Q minus delta U according to the first law of thermodynamics, can be calculated as force times parallel displacement? Ryan.
Work.
Work is correct. Your bonus question. What surname is shared by Hubert and Jan, 2 Flemish painters who created an altarpiece designed for St. Bavo's Cathedral in Ghent, Belgium?
Van Eyck.
Van Eyck is correct. What goddess, who rides a chariot drawn by a pair of cats, receives Ryan.
Freya.
Freya is correct. Your bonus question. Madagascar is separated from mainland Africa by what channel, which shares its name with a country governed from Maputo?
Mozambique.
Mozambique is correct. What facility, which the ship Star of the West tried to resupply, was a fort in South Carolina seized from the Union? Ryan.
Fort Sumter.
Fort Sumter is correct. Your bonus question, what U.S. law passed in 1862 provided an applicant with 160 acres of public land if they resided on it for 5 years?
Homestead.
Homestead Act is correct. What man who planned the town of Poundbury is married to Camilla Parker Bowles and spent 64 years as Prince of Wales before succeeding Elizabeth II? Ella,
King Charles
I'm going to need you to be a little bit more specific than that.
the Third.
Charles III is correct. Your bonus question, Cisne. What French philosopher wrote the satire The Persian Letters and argued for checks and balances in governments in the spirit of the laws?
Voltaire.
That is incorrect. Carbondale?
Montesquieu.
Montesquieu is correct. Our next toss-up is another math question. Pencil and paper ready. What is the price of one coffee, given that 5 coffees have the same total cost as 1 coffee plus a $14 sandwich? Ryan.
$3.50.
$3.50 is correct. Your bonus question is not a math question. Put those pencil and paper down if you'd like. Potsdam's Sanssouci Palace is an example of what Baroque-derived 18th century architectural style, characterized by asymmetry and very ornate designs?
Rococo.
Rococo is correct. What author wrote the prequel Concrete Rose about Maverick Carter, whose daughter Star sees a police shooting in her novel The Hate You Give? Macy.
Teresa.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Angie Thomas. No bonus question there. What name is shared by the Massachusetts city where James Naismith invented basketball? Ryan.
Springfield.
Springfield is correct. Your bonus question. The breakup of what former country began in 1991 with declarations of independence by Croatia and Slovenia?
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia is correct. What man whose leg was hit by a cannonball at the battle? Ryan.
Santa Ana.
That is incorrect. Cisne, I'll repeat the question. What man whose leg was hit by a cannonball at the Battle of Pamplona wrote the spiritual exercises, taught Francis Xavier, and founded the Jesuits? Macy.
Dan.
Dan is incorrect. We were looking for Saint Ignatius of Loyola. No bonus question there. What word, which follows monopolistic in a market structure exemplified by the toothpaste industry, describes how firms contend over scarce resources? Ryan.
Competition.
Competition is correct. Your bonus question. What theory disproved in 1828 by Friedrich Wöhler's synthesis of urea held that certain processes and molecules were unique to living things?
No answer.
Cisne, your chance to steal.
Homeostasis.
Homeostasis is incorrect. We were looking for vitalism. What disease, which can be diagnosed in infants using a sweat chloride test, affects the pancreas and can cause buildup of thick mucus in the lungs? Nikki.
Cystic fibrosis.
Cystic fibrosis is correct. Your bonus question, Cisne. What word preceded Free Europe in the name of a news service aimed at the Soviet bloc, and Corporation of America in the name of a media conglomerate?
Communist.
That is incorrect.
Radio.
Carbondale, your chance to steal.
Radio.
Radio is correct. What author of the book Cabbages?
Oh,
Just
finally over.
kidding. That bell means that we are at the end of today's episode. in our first place, the winner of today's episode with a whopping 755 points is Carbondale. Everybody give a big round of applause for Carbondale, but also for both teams. What an incredible episode today was. I am Olivia Manning, reminding you all that knowledge rules always. See you next time.